94, here to give you guys a Monday Night Raw review for August 15th, 2016. Had a pretty lackluster Raw again, but I'm not going to rant on it like I did last week. I'm just going to review the show, and yeah, let's get right into it. The go-home show for Summerslam, because SummerSlam is next Sunday, and this is the last Raw until SummerSlam. So, Raw kicks off with a shot of Seth Rollins outside saying he's going to look for, the Demon King, Finn Balor, all night, and he's not going to stop until he finds him, so he's just on a quest all night to find him. So then they cut to, Rusev being in the ring with Lana. They're both pissed off at Roman Reigns because, he interrupted their wedding celebration last week, and he's pretty much saying Raw won't be happening until Roman comes out and apologizes for embarrassing his wife and all of that good stuff. But instead, Mick Foley comes out and says, Rusev said he demands respect from him. He wanted some respect. Put some respect on Rusev's name. And, Foley's just trying to get him out the ring, and Rusev won't leave. He says, he lied and said Foley is a good GM. He's actually a terrible one, and Roman doesn't deserve a title match, which I actually agree with. He doesn't. What did he do to deserve a title match? Who did he beat to get a United States Championship match? But anyway, Stephanie comes out, and she's pissed off. Rusev was happy because he wanted her to come out to make some sense of all of this. And she said pretty much, you need to respect Mick Foley while you're out here demanding respect. Roman Reigns came out, of course. He said he's sorry that Rusev found the website where he found his wife at, and pretty much said they're going to have ugly kids and all this good stuff. And Rusev was pissed right then. He was just like, I got to defend my wife's honor. You ain't going to talk about my wife like that. You better put some respect on her name as well. And he was like, screw SummerSlam. We can fight right now. So, Mick Foley made a match, which I think is stupid because you kind of take away from the SummerSlam match. You didn't have anything else better for them to do. You're just going to give them the match tonight on Raw, and then they're going to fight again at SummerSlam. It's going to take away from the things that they can do at SummerSlam because it's pretty much just going to be the same match. But anyway, also, Stephanie doesn't know what side of the fence she's on. One week she's with the heels. The next week she's with the faces. She wants to defend Reigns tonight, but then a few weeks ago she was burying him. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She can't make up her mind, and that's a problem with me. So our first match was Sheamus versus Sami Zayn. It took away from the match because I knew with Cesaro being on commentary and Sheamus interrupting his match last week that Cesaro was going to call Sheamus the match. Nevertheless, it was still a pretty decent match. But I already knew that Cesaro was going to interfere and make Sheamus lose the match. But Sami Zayn put on another great match. I'm going to continue to say that because that's what he does. He puts on great matches, and he should get some credit for it. But yeah, Sheamus was distracted by Cesaro. Sami Zayn hit him with a haluva kick and picked up the victory. Yeah, pretty predictable, but it's alright. Not really gonna complain about it too much. Jericho, because they're actually calling them that now, was backstage talking about Enzo and Cass, but they were saying they have each other's back and they're closer than, Enzo and Cass have ever been. And they say that, they're going to beat him at SummerSlam and whatever, all that good stuff. It was funny because Tom Phillips was doing the interview with them, and they kept calling him different names. They kept repackaging his name, and I was just dying. They were calling him, they were calling him Tim and Johnny, and I don't know, just a bunch of different names, and it was just hilarious. Those two are freaking hilarious. But then they cut to Sheamus and Cesaro arguing backstage. Pretty much Sheamus is pissed because, Cesaro just costing him his match. And Mick Foley says, he told them to both step up and show they deserve to have a title match. And they've both stepped up. And Sheamus is showing that he, his attitude and his head is on straight again. So he's making them do a best of 7 series. So we're going to have to see 7 Cesaro versus Sheamus matches. Not too sure how I feel about that, but we'll see. Hopefully they surprise me and actually, do good things with this. It's going to start off as SummerSlam. I already did my SummerSlam predictions video, and I didn't know this was going to happen, so I don't know what's going to happen in this series. I'm just going to wait and find out. I'm not even going to make a prediction on that. But yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's hope that it, is a good series and entertaining matches. That's all we can ask for. So next we got the New Day versus the Dudleys. New Day won, trying to gain momentum towards SummerSlam. Devon hit Bubba Ray with a clothesline. Kofi caught him with the Trouble in Paradise. That was that. Thing to take away here is Gallows and Anderson are still doing the doctor thing where they're evaluating Big E's, well, what they're portraying to be Big E's testicles. And this whole rivalry is just petty because they're all fighting over, who can destroy whose nuts the quickest and trying to take each other's nuts out. Like, that's so petty, but it's whatever. Yeah, so they were just microwaving like an egg or something, and they said they need more samples to complete the test on ring postitis, and they got to collect the samples of Kofi and Xavier in order to do so. Just building towards the match at SummerSlam. It's fine. Seth backstage still looking for the Demon King, Finn Balor, and he comes across Neville, and Neville's like, "Are you even ready for the Demon King? I've been in the ring with him. You're not ready for him." And Seth was like, "Yeah, I'm ready for him. You're not. What? Get out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm ready for him. Yeah, whatever." So then we had a Nia Jax squash match. After that, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out, but before they could even get started, Heath Slater came out and was just saying, he's the hottest free agent in the WWE, and nobody realizes his star potential, and that's why he came to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's like, "I know you don't think I'm about to advocate you. You might as well go do something else." And then he just, started to ignore him. And then he was like, "No, I'm not trying to get you to advocate me, but I need to face Brock Lesnar. They said the only way I can get a contract to provide for my family and feed my kids is if I face Brock Lesnar. You think I want to face Brock Lesnar? No, I don't. But I gotta do it. I have to." He was very passionate about having to face Brock Lesnar. So then Brock takes the mic, and I didn't know he could talk. He was just like, "I understand. I respect you. Come on, get in the ring." So he gets him in the ring. He's like, "Let's talk about your kids. I got kids as well." And then completely turns on him and says, "I don't give a shit about your kids." And then he was like, "You can do one of two things. You can walk out here on your own 2 feet, or you can stand here and keep pissing me off." I was like, "Okay, Brock. Okay, you got some fire inside you. You can actually speak for yourself." And then he looked at him, and he was just like walking away. He turned around and went to go hit him. Got suplexed and then F5'd. And then they continued with the promo. They just no-sold him pretty much after that. Paul Heyman just hyping up the match at SummerSlam with Orton. Pretty much saying, Orton's a coward. That's why he's a Viper. He can't face Brock face-to-face, man-to-man. So he had to attack him from behind and all this other stuff. And, the Beast is going to destroy Randy Orton. All that. Who cares? After that, Big Cass faced Kevin Owens. Match was alright. Chris Jericho on the outside kept attacking Enzo, and he kept attacking Big Cass. And eventually, just said screw it and got Kevin Owens disqualified, and they just took out Enzo and Cass and just beat them down. They have their match at SummerSlam. My SummerSlam prediction video is coming out tomorrow, probably around 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that. I review all the matches except for that Best of 7 series because I recorded it beforehand. Roman and Rusev were brawling backstage before their match could happen. Rusev was pretty much just like kicking his ass. He was throwing them in the tables and into the, like garage door-ish type metal in the back. And yeah, he was just attacking them so he can get the upper hand in their match later in the main event. After feuding for 2 weeks, the Primetime Players were apparently trying to be cool again. They were trying to, bring back the Primetime Players and maybe become tag champs or whatever. So they faced the Shining Stars, and Darren Young inadvertently hit Titus O'Neil. Titus got pissed, hit him with the Clash of the Titus, and the Shining Stars picked up the victory. And, pretty much continuing their rivalry. They'll probably put them on the pre-show. I haven't heard about any pre-show matches. I heard the pre-show is going to be 2 hours. Oh, that means SummerSlam is going to be 6 total hours. Oh, that's going to be brutal. But whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to put them on the pre-show. Jinder Mahal versus Neville. Neville won. Not really much to say about that. I don't know why they brought Jinder Mahal back. He's just a jobber again. He might as well just had stayed where he was. Seth goes into Mick Foley and Stephanie's office, still looking for Finn Balor. And he's just like, I can't find him. You might as well give me the rest of the night off. And Steph was like, yeah, that's cool. Mick's like, well, let's just try this. Go out to the ring and call him out, unless you're scared, and see if he'll come out that way. That'll probably be the best way to get him to come out. And then Seth gets to the ring, and they just mess up the match at SummerSlam, because they have Seth talking all this crap, calling him out, and then he comes out as the Demon with the paint and everything on. I'm just like, why? Why are you ruining this right now? No. Oh, what they should have done, they shouldn't have gave the Demon on Raw. See, when he was in NXT, he never showed up as the Demon until a TakeOver special. He never did. What they should have had him do is come out in that same suit that he was explaining, what his name meant last week, and show like he's starting to transform a little bit. If you're going to put some paint on him, show like his skin kind of opening up to be the Demon, but don't give them the Demon right off the bat. Oh, you messing up some of the hype towards their match at SummerSlam. Now the only hype they have is what does the title look like? And pretty much, like, there's no difference between Finn Balor with paint on and Finn Balor without paint on. He's the same guy. He does the same moves. There's nothing special about him. I don't know what they're doing. And I made my predictions video before Raw, so, like, this kind of messes up everything. But I'm just going to roll with it. After that, what'd they have? Gallows and Anderson versus Golden Truth. Who really thought Golden Truth was going to win? Of course, Gallows and Anderson won this match, but after that, the New Day attacked them because, like I said, Gallows and Anderson been making fun of the fact that they injured Big E's testicles, and they got Francesca too and tried to take out, I think it was Anderson. They were about to hit him in the nuts, and, Gallows saved him, and they got away or whatever. I hope at SummerSlam, both of them aren't going to be trying to take out each other's testicles, because that's just going to be too petty. Oh, I just hope they just have a regular wrestling match. Dana Brooke in the back apologizing to Charlotte for last week since she lost to Sasha Banks, meaning she's banned from ringside at SummerSlam, so she can't be in Charlotte's corner. Charlotte was like, yeah, you did good in NXT. It's okay, I understand. You came up to the main roster, and I gave you a taste of the spotlight, but you failed me when it mattered most. And it's her spotlight and not yours. And when she wins the title back, she's going to see if Stephanie can replace Dana with something else, with someone else more capable of, not failing and not being a complete waste of space. Pretty much just burying Dana. And then I thought they were going to start like a future rivalry with these two later on down the line, but Charlotte had a match with Alicia Fox, and Sasha was on commentary. Charlotte won, and then she called Sasha Banks over to get in the ring so they could, face off right then. And it just led her into a trap because Dana Brooke came out and attacked her, and then Charlotte put her in a figure eight and was not letting her out of it. So, Dana Brooke and Charlotte just playing mind games on Sasha and, got the upper hand on her. After that, we have the main event, which was Roman Reigns versus Rusev, which I still think was stupid, because once again, why are you giving this match away now? Why? I don't understand it. You could have it would have been fine. You have them brawling all night and, going at each other. Cool. You had, Rusev get the upper hand on Reigns, so maybe Reigns comes back with a chair and attacks Rusev. Like, you didn't have to have them have the match now. That was not necessary. WWE too many times does this, where they set a match for a pay-per-view, and then you'll see the match maybe 3 to 4 times before the pay-per-view. It doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. They had a match. The match was good. Rusev looked strong, really strong in this match. He had the upper hand. He carried most of the part of this match, but Roman Reigns was showing off once again his resiliency. I've talked about that plenty of times before. Roman Reigns very resilient, so I like what they did here. They made Rusev look real strong, but he has to overcome Roman Reigns, and Roman actually picked up the victory here. But Rusev was doing everything in his power to beat Reigns, and I think this would be good for Rusev that he lost now instead of at SummerSlam, where, you'll hear about my prediction tomorrow, but he has something to overcome. He has an obstacle now. Him being the heel But Roman Reigns being, as good as he is, Rusev has something to think about, to overcome, because Reigns is a former world champion and he ain't playing around. So, Rusev threw what seemed like his best stuff at Reigns, and it didn't seem to work. He put him in the accolade, was throwing him in the barricades and stairs and tables and everything, but Roman was still resilient and able to pull out the victory in the end. But it was a great main event. It went on, maybe about 20 minutes. I think they gave him, or like 15, 20 minutes for the main event. But it was a great match. Just showed off what Rusev could do, how he could wear down his opponent. But, yeah, man, Reigns was resilient, and he eventually got a spear on Rusev and was able to pick up the victory. They kind of made, I don't know, it was weird. I don't know, like I still say you shouldn't have done this match yet, but, whatever. They did the match. It's kind of too late to take it back now. It happened. They'll fight at SummerSlam, and I think they'll still have another good match. People don't give Reigns enough credit. They say he can't wrestle, and they told a good story tonight, though. They told a very good story, and I'm kind of still excited, even though they almost ruined it. I'm still excited to see the United States Championship match at SummerSlam. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, my SummerSlam predictions are coming out tomorrow. Sometime before Friday, of course, I'll have my NXT TakeOver Brooklyn predictions coming out. I need to check on a few things with NXT, and then I'll be able to release that video. But yeah, the SummerSlam predictions video is definitely coming out tomorrow, so stay on the lookout for that. Let me know what you guys felt about Raw tonight. I honestly just wanted it to end, to be honest. It wasn't that great, but I understand they were just trying to continue rivalries and put the last minute touches on matches coming up. And then, we still have SmackDown tomorrow to build the other matches for SummerSlam. So it wasn't like Raw was only building, the only matches that are going to appear on SummerSlam. So let me know what you guys thought of Raw down in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later on. Peace.